Good morning, happy Sunday, happy start of a buzzword reading vlog. I'm so tired. 8:45 and I'm exhausted. I've just been out to the supermarket. I was at the hockey last night, but the hockey finished at 7 o'clock. So I don't know why I'm so tired. I was wired after the game and I've got to go back to work tomorrow. So we're starting the buzzword reading vlog today. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Probably nothing fun. I've got to finish getting stuff ready for tomorrow. I've got some deliveries arriving today. If they arrive in the first half of the day, I might duck over to the classroom and just drop some stuff off so I don't have to carry it tomorrow morning. But I'm going to get some food to eat first before I talk about what I'm going to be reading for this vlog. Just a point that this is $120 worth of groceries and a couple of cookies from the bakery. So this is really freaking depressing. Also, like, I bought these Anzac cookies. Look, these things are half the size of my face from one of the local bakeries. And if you're Australian, I need you to weigh in crunchy or soft Anzac cookies, because these are super crunchy. I kind of like them. I kind of like both, but these are super crunchy. For non-Australians, Anzac Day is next weekend, so everywhere has Anzac biscuits. I am catching up on watching Jen from Meet Me in the Media Centre. She's doing these live unboxings and they just bring me joy, because unboxings seem to bring me joy, while eating my breakfast, which is chocolate chia pudding that I've smothered in currently lactose-free Greek yogurt, because that's another thing that I'm just trying to see if it helps with all of my health issues. Peanut butter, frozen raspberries because I can't be bothered defrosting them, and then there is some Mingle peanut butter cup sweet seasoning stuff thing on it. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this and keep watching and then sort out the rest of my life. It's 12 o'clock. Have I updated you? No. Why? Because I haven't. I have been prepping some stuff for going back to work tomorrow. While I've been doing that, I've been listening to The Genius of Trees, which is my current audiobook read, so I've just had that on. In the background, I've done 2 loads of laundry. I'm about to go get food. And then today, the first book I'm planning on reading is for the cover challenge, which is a cover with accessories, where someone's wearing accessories. And I'm going to read Seal the Deal by Lucky Hart, which is the 4th book in the Kings of Heart series. I adore this series. This book in particular is about my favorite character in the series, Andrew, who is autistic and ace. And I'm so desperate to pick it up. The love interest, Nicholas, is wearing a watch on his wrist, so that counts as an accessory. I still have more things to do. I have to edit tomorrow's video, so I'm gonna eat lunch, edit the video, then I think I'm going to start Seal the Deal. There are not enough hours in the day, and I can't believe 2 weeks of holidays is gone. Someone send help. My parcel arrived early, so I've come into the classroom. I'll give you a quick rundown. I'm just setting up some displays and doing some printing, and then I'm leaving. This is the start of my Spacebook display. I need to print some things to put on display here. That's coming now. Here is the update with photos and books. It's 4:30. I haven't started reading. This is stressing me out, so I'm starting now. I'm going to read for an hour before I get dinner ready. I've had a shower, so I'm not going anywhere now. I'm done. I've done the first video for tomorrow. I will do Wednesday's video tomorrow night, hopefully. For now, I need to read, because I'm starting to get antsy. You're a spicy brain like this. I wanted to start reading 3 hours ago. Alright, so I am 24% of the way into the book. I'm really loving it. Nicholas is a complete arsehole, and Andrew is a precious cinnamon roll who I just want to hug, and who explains everything in a way that is just very, very relatable to me. So Andrew is autistic, or self-diagnosed autistic, and ace, and so far he's only literally just started talking to Nicholas about being ace, and all of the explanations that he gives are like, they're fabulous. And I know that the author is also autistic and ace, so the representation is one representation of both of those things. No one has a monolith on that experience, but hardcore relate, because let's face it, in this day and age at the moment, with the cost of living and everything, do I have a formal diagnosis for anything? Absolutely not. Do I fit the criteria? Yeah, Yeah, I do. And this is almost word for word a lot of my experience. So more than likely I'm going to end up in tears at some point. So basic premise, Nicholas is a hockey player. Hockey is not, it's not a hockey romance, but he is a hockey player. And he needs a fake date to his father's upcoming birthday. His agent and one of his cousins is best friends with Andrew. And so they ask him to fake date Nicholas. And Nicholas does not give off a good first impression. He would rather be an arsehole to everyone than to be polite and kind. He finds it a lot easier to just lower the bar below the floor. And Andrew likes to help his friends out, so that's why he's agreed. Also part of people-pleasing, high-masking, autism, etc. You try to do the things that people want you to do. Anyway, so he sets out some conditions for this. There's a contract, and Andrew chooses the first place where they're going to have dinner, which is where they're talking about the arrangement, and Nicholas chooses the second date, which is a rage room. And basically it's the first time Andrew ever lets go of anything, and I wasn't quite sure how the scene was going to go, because I think it could have potentially gone a couple of ways, but eventually Andrew does engage with the rage room, and then he just kind of collapses because he's spent. Also relatable. I know this book, as part of the content warnings, it does talk about burnout from masking, so yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great book. We'll see if I end up in tears. This probably doesn't look super appealing, but it is a noodle salad with cucumber, carrot and spinach and honey, soy, ginger, chicken thigh pieces. And it is delicious. So I've been teary for most of the book, but started crying at 76%, just documenting it. I'll talk about the book later. Andrew and Nicholas have my whole heart. Hi everyone. So I didn't update you last night because I just needed to go to sleep. And it is the end of Monday, end of the first day back of term 2. I'm exhausted. I've not eaten because I don't get to eat food on Mondays. This is even worse than just regular teachers don't get to shovel food. I didn't get to eat today at all. And I'm feeling it. But I loved Seal the Deal. It is right up there with the 5th Chicago Thunder book by Jodie Oliver in terms of favourite books of the year, in terms of seeing myself represented on page, 2 very different sides of myself, and just feeling seen. So we have a professional hockey player who comes from a very wealthy family who was basically neglected by his parents. He was raised by an army of nannies and so on and so forth. His parents didn't really want a kid. They wanted a kid because you're supposed to have a kid. That's what you have to do, and because they were quite high society. It's expected. You have an heir. They could care less that they have a kid, except for the fact that he is not doing what they expect him to do, and he's never done what they've expected him to do because he was a kid, so he was difficult. And then as an adult, he chose to play hockey professionally. And then you have Andrew, who is the oldest brother. He is the oldest of a set of twins. He is self-diagnosed autistic. He is asexual, and he has had a lot of issues with the way that people react to him with his particular combination of personality and preference traits, right? His family love him unconditionally, but he has always felt like he, as the oldest child, he needs to be the one who is never a problem. He doesn't need help. He's the one that is there for everybody else. And in this book, it is unraveling for him. And he's experiencing burnout in a really big way. And yes, Nicholas is an absolute pest and a pain in the neck towards Andrew at first, but he begins to realize, particularly after the rage room scene, I think I mentioned that earlier, that there is far more to Andrew, and he actually becomes quite protective of him. Like, Nicholas hates everybody. He would rather keep everyone at arm's length, but if anyone looks at Andrew wrong, he will tear them apart. That includes Andrew's brothers. So there is a sequence where Andrew gets sick, and Nicholas at one point turns around and says, well, he never lets you help because he doesn't want to be seen to be needing help, because he wants to be the one to help you. And everyone's kind of taken for granted that Andrew is calm and steady and all of that. They're not really seeing what's bubbling away under the surface. There is no third act breakup in this one. One of the things that I really loved about this is lots of open conversations around sex, and particularly for Andrew, what he is and isn't comfortable with, including engaging in sexual acts and in the middle of it having to renegotiate what he is comfortable with, because he thought one thing and then in the moment it was not okay. And
to see healthy representation of a partner who doesn't take offense to that, who doesn't take it personally, who recognizes and understands that that was possibly going to happen in the first place, was prepared for it, and doesn't make Andrew feel bad, was just amazing. Because over the years I've read quite a few books with ace representation in romances and relationships and things like that, and every ace experience is different, and I haven't quite seen this where you actually are mid-act and renegotiating. So that was fantastic to see on page. I loved it. I loved the caretaking in it. I loved the intimacy that came with these characters, because sex was not something that was a given in the book, and not because it's closed door, because it was very much open door, but it is their physical intimacy and how they perceive each other, and how being with Andrew also helps Nicholas to start to open up to his teammates and let some of his teammates in, because he doesn't have a relationship with them either. I will be ordering a physical copy of this book because I would like to read it and annotate it, which is basically the highest compliment I can give a book. So that is seal the deal. I don't know what I'm reading next for the next prompt, which is ordinal numbers, first, second, third, fourth, first, like last. Oh, anyway, I've got to think about what I'm reading for that, so it won't be today. Wow, the lighting is weird. I don't know why. This is our normal lighting. Anyway, I am back with the second part of this buzzword reading challenge, which I did not get up by the Friday because couldn't be bothered reading any of the books that I had for this challenge, which is ordinal numbers. Hold on, I need to double check that. Yes, ordinal numbers. I don't know why I don't trust myself. I know these things because it's the entire reason why I picked this book. I have two options. I have First Oaths and I have A Smart Girl's Guide to Second Chances. We are going to go with this one because it is only just over 300 pages long, whereas the other one is closer to 400 pages, and I am not feeling like a long book at the moment. I can't remember anything about this book. It says romantic, which makes me believe it's not going to be a romance, because it never is when it's Australian, although I'm happy to be proven incorrect on this front. Super smart consultant determined to defy the family marriage curse, which claims no woman marries their first fiance. So she's engaged to Matt, and then her first love, Alex, who broke her heart, reappears as her new client. Okay, so love triangle. We're gonna give it a shot. We'll see how I go. If it doesn't work for me, this vlog is ending. I'm not finding another book, and I'm not reading First Oaths tonight. It's not happening. Any hazard guesses for how far I got into this book before I got irrationally angry? If you guessed 3 pages, you would be correct. We required 12 minutes of footage before, well, 12 minutes of edited footage before I had to jump in here and edit and say that the book was published in 2025. I said 2005 because that is how tired I was when I was filming these clips. That basically sums up the entire filming experience and the editing, and I'm just like, who even is this person? The book was published in 2025, and that's going to explain why I go on a little rant. It's an Australian book, it's an Australian author, and I am a champion for all of them. There is a Harry Potter reference about houses on page 3, and I'm sorry, but I am done with this nonsense in 2026. If this was published prior to 2020, even though she, who shall not be named, was still being obnoxious even then, the reference is a throwaway line. It has absolutely no bearing on the book. But this is, I know not very many authors watch my content, so this makes no difference. But for me personally, if you're publishing a book in the last couple of years, moving forward into the present day, you do not need to have any references to that fandom in your books. And I get it. The majority of people probably don't care. This is probably, objectively, a good book. I happen to be one of the millennials who has a real issue with people referencing that series now. It has lost all its appeal. It is no longer cute. It's not funny, and I'm done. Like, I'm so done. I'm really done. And I'm, yeah, not gonna apologize for that. So normally I would be, you know, possibly a little bit more forgiving, but wrong time for me to pick this book up. Okay, so I did say that I would not read another book for this vlog, because this vlog needs to be edited and uploaded at some point in the near future, and I don't know when I'm going to get to First Oaths. However, when I do read it, I will include my thoughts in the next buzzword vlog that is closest to when I read it, because I do want to complete all of the challenges this year. My brain will not let me miss one book in a challenge. I would rather just abandon the entire challenge now than miss one book. So I will come back to it. Yeah, the world's most anticlimactic vlog this one is. This is what happens when I go back to work. It totally messes with my brain, and I've run the gamut of emotions this week. So I think what I'm going to do tonight, after I've stop filming is I have one more audiobook to catch up on Murderbot Diaries. I'm doing a Murderbot Diaries vlog so that I can read Platform Decay and have the vlog ready to go on release, which is in 2 weeks. And I have one more reread to do before I get to Platform Decay. So I think I might do that tonight. I think that's just where I need to be. I'm abandoning this vlog in honor of another vlog, and that's okay. So thanks for sticking with this vlog, even though it was shambles. It's a shambles. It's fine. We live, we learn, we move on. I did have one beautiful book to come out of this reading vlog, so I can't be too mad about that. In the comments, I'd love to know, have you read Seal the Deal? Feel free to chat to me about it down below, or feel free to share what you are reading for the Ordinal Words Challenge. I'd love to hear what you're planning on reading, because I literally have one other choice at the moment. And that's all we got. Otherwise, if you want to let me know that you're here but you don't leave a comment, feel free to leave a purple heart emoji. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.